Now on 4 News Now at 6, the West Coast Health Alliance is rolling out its own COVID-19 vaccine guidelines. We'll explain what it means for families this flu season and why they're preparing for potential changes at the CDC.
There are more warm, sunny, late summer days ahead, but I'm also tracking some changes to tell you about in the First Alert forecast.
And a $200,000 project meant to make one Spokane neighborhood safer may have made things worse. Why people in the area say stop signs, not expensive curb extensions, might have been the better solution. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. And we begin with breaking news. Disney, the parent company of ABC, announced it's pulling the late-night show Jimmy Kimmel Live indefinitely. Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. This move comes over recent comments the talk show host made about the alleged gunman in Charlie Kirk's murder. During Monday's show, Kimmel said the MAGA movement was trying to score political points by trying to prove that Kirk's alleged shooter, Tyler Robinson, was not a Trump supporter. The announcement also comes shortly after a Nexstar, a major operator of ABC-affiliated stations, said it would not broadcast the show because of Kimmel's comments. Nexstar is also in the middle of a $6 billion deal to buy a rival company, which requires FCC approval. As of now, neither Disney nor Kimmel have released a statement. This is still a developing story. We will update you as we learn more. Health officials in Washington are concerned the CDC may change its guidelines on vaccines soon, including the COVID vaccine.
Now, the newly formed West Coast Health Alliance, which includes Washington, put out its own vaccine guidelines today ahead of those potential changes. Our Derek Strom is in studio now to break down what led to these new guidelines.
Derek, Kirsten, the West Coast Health Alliance says it's concerned about Robert F. Kennedy Jr. firing all of the members of the CDC's Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices. The alliance says RFK Jr. has since appointed vaccine skeptics to that committee who could decide to change the current vaccine guidelines for the country. The West Coast Health Alliance, which includes Washington, Oregon, California, and Hawaii, says RFK Jr.'s moves could inject politics into important health decisions for Americans. In response, the alliance is releasing its own vaccine guidelines for COVID-19, influenza, and RSV. These new WCHA guidelines are based on research from the American Academy of Pediatrics and the American Academy of Physicians. The Health Alliance recommends any kids under 2 years old get the COVID vaccine, as well as kids 18 and under with risk factors and any adults 65 and older. It recommends everyone older than 6 months get a flu shot. It says seasonal vaccination is a critical public health tool to reduce serious illness. Washington State had one of its deadliest flu seasons of the past 10 years, from 2024 to 2025. More than 500 people died of influenza. And for RSV, kids younger than 8 months are recommended for that vaccine. Any adults 75 or older should be vaccinated for RSV, or adults 50 and over if they have risk factors. We reached out to the Spokane Regional Health District about the new guidelines. It said in a statement, "We will continue to follow DOH's guidance, which aligns with major professional medical organizations participating in the West Coast Health Alliance." The Spokane Regional Health District says it will be listening in to the CDC's Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices meeting tomorrow. It says the science behind vaccines is clear and they are safe and effective. In studio, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
Derek, thank you. Today, Washington Senator Patty Murray questioned the former chief medical officer of the CDC to see if she was involved in the creation of the agency's new COVID-19 vaccine recommendations. Take a listen.
How did you learn about CDC's new COVID vaccination guidance in May?
The same as you on social media.
It's unthinkable to me that the chief medical officer at CDC was left in the dark about such a consequential public health decision that affected real people.
And when asked, this is what she had to say about if she has seen the science behind the new recommendations.
We did ask for the data to back it up, and we have not received the data to date.
Now, the former director of the CDC was fired less than a month after taking over the agency. Hear why she believes she was pushed out tonight at 6:30.
All right, back into the 80s today, and it sounds like we're going to stay there for at least a little bit.
Yeah, savor the summer while it lasts. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker joining us now with your first alert forecast.
Yes, and savor this day while it lasts. A live look over the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena. Our sunset coming up at 6:57. It gets dark early. It's too bad we don't have more time to savor these warm late summer days. Our high temperatures today in the mid-80s. 85 in Spokane. That is more than 10 degrees above average. 86 in Coeur d'Alene. We're in the 90s in Ritzville, 88 in Lewiston, Grand Coulee, as well as the Omak area. Air quality is in the moderate range, a little bit more hazy than it was yesterday. We brought in some very small amounts of wildfire smoke from fires burning to the east of the inland northwest. Our air quality around the region, mostly a mix of good and moderate, depending on where you are, but just about everywhere you can see at least a little bit of haze. And that will be the case for Thursday. 54 degrees to start the day with hazy sunshine, light winds. We're heading up to a high once again in the mid-80s. There is some cooler, hopefully wetter weather in the 7-day forecast. We'll take a look coming up in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
See you soon, Chris. With kids back in school, neighbors of a South Hill neighborhood are on high alert. They are watching out for speeding drivers near Hamblin Elementary.
That's despite a nearly $200,000 city project to slow traffic at a busy intersection there. Neighbors say it hasn't worked. The intersection is just a few blocks west of the school at Thurston and Pittsburgh. Hunter Bertram is live there now. So, Hunter, what did the city do to try to fix this ongoing problem?
Derek, neighbors tell me that speeding has plagued this area for years, with drivers going well above the speed limit. Last year, the city tried to extend these curbs, narrowing the road to make it safer. However, people tell me today it's more dangerous than it's ever been.
At some point, I really worry that someone is going to get killed here or severely injured.
On a typical weekday afternoon, kids cross Thurston and Pittsburgh on their way home from school.
People go pretty quickly through here, and we're walking with kids and dogs, and you kind of have to watch out.
Andrea Albinson walks this street daily with her young kids. She worries that when they're older, even a short walk to school won't be safe.
It's definitely concerning that pedestrian accidents do happen, and especially little ones. It's hard to see them and react quickly.
Sherry Stockman lives 2 doors down from the intersection.
We routinely get 50+ mile-per-hour speeders on this road. It is really bad.
Last year, the city tried to calm traffic with these bump outs, but neighbors say it didn't work.
Oh, if anything, I think they almost went faster. They sort of skirt the division line there and go in the middle. And
many neighbors today say they wanted a stop sign, not the costly project that doesn't seem to be helping.
That's all we wanted was a stop sign.
I asked the city why it installed bump outs rather than a stop sign. They said bump outs improve visibility and shorten crossing distances, while stop signs assign right of way, not control speed.
I think initially they did kind of help, but I don't know that they have any impact now.
It definitely could be safer. I think there's other measures that we could try to see if that would be effective.
Derek, Kirsten, neighbors also tell me they still want to see the addition of 2 stop signs here, turning this intersection into a 4-way stop. They say until something's done, they're going to remain on high alert, looking out for the kids going to school. Live in Spokane, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
Gotta slow down near those school zones. All right, when we first met the Tucker family from Spokane Valley, their 2 little boys were facing a rare and incurable disease called Batten disease. It causes seizures, loss of motor skills, and childhood dementia. Since then, the family has traveled every other week to Seattle for treatments that hope to slow down the disease. Recently, the community came together to help them by gifting them a much-needed van. But just when they thought they were finding some hope, more heartbreaking challenges arose for the Tuckers.
Some days it's very overwhelming.
Hear their story of courage, community support, and the fight for their children's future tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest. All right, still ahead, the Federal Reserve cut interest rates for the first time in months. We'll show you what it could mean for the housing market and your wallet.
And the general election is quickly approaching. Voters in Spokane will decide the fate of 2 ballot measures that would fund 200 projects throughout the city. Why the Parks Department and Spokane Public Schools say this plan is a crucial update for the Lilac City.
Plan your day with Matt Gray, only on Good Morning Northwest.
Book your stay and play getaway today at Mistaqua.com.
The redesigned Tiguan is here, and it's turning heads. Luxury meets functionality with new styling that includes elevated interior design and smarter tech. Take a test drive at Post Falls Volkswagen, home of 0000.
The 2025 Ford Bronco is everywhere, and for good reason. It's built for anything, loaded with capability, and will go anywhere you take it. Snow, mud, dirt, whatever the road throws at you. This goat gives you seven different terrain modes to handle it all. And the Bronco just won an award for best in class for initial quality. When buying your next SUV, think Wendell Ford. We would be honored to show you the new Bronco. Wendell Ford, drive for generations.
This week, Walker's Furniture is making it easier than ever to get that new furniture you've been wanting with big store-wide discounts, where the more you spend, the more rewards you get. Choose from free delivery, an extra 5% off, a free Walker's gift card, or 36 months zero-interest financing. It's the perfect time to get that new sofa or sectional or a new mattress to improve your sleep with big store-wide rewards
this week at Walker's.
French toast nibblers or breakfast nachos?
Actually, I was thinking about heading out only because I want to beat the traffic.
The best part of the sleepovers the next day. I was going to throw the games on.
You're a Notre Dame guy. I'm from Texas.
Winners never compromise.
What?
Yeah. I mean, how can you call yourself a sports fan without Xfinity? You got multi-view.
The best college and pro games all in one place. I'm not going anywhere.
You ever tried pancakes and guac? You're about to. Yes, let's go. I got a little recipe that I can't tell you, but I think you're going to be happy.
I'm Chad Young from theeasyhomebuyer.com, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene's easiest way to sell your house fast. If you have a few moments, I hope you'll give me the opportunity to make you an instant cash offer on your home. With theeasyhomebuyer.com, we will buy your house in as-is condition with no repairs, no closing costs, and no commissions. To get your no-obligation cash offer, give us a call or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
Looking for space, style, and serious performance? You'll find it all in the Volkswagen Atlas. 3 rows equals room for everyone. And turbocharged power means this SUV is built for fun. Take a test drive at Post Falls Volkswagen.
Spokane voters will soon get to decide on a unique initiative. It is a proposal by Spokane Public Schools and Spokane Parks and Rec called Together Spokane.
Yeah, we've been telling you about this for months now. Supporters say it will transform our community, but opponents feel it's another added cost in an increasingly more expensive world. Alexandra Konyards explains what this initiative is all about and how much of an impact it will have on your wallet.
You've probably seen these signs around town. Near the bottom, they say an initiative to improve every neighborhood in Spokane. It's an intriguing idea, but one that comes with a price.
We want everybody to look at it and have that their own personal reflection, and ultimately the community will decide if this is the right investment at the right time.
Together Spokane consists of a $200 million bond for SPS and a $240 million levy for Spokane Parks. They're technically separate measures, but are aligned on messaging and aiming to fund over 200 projects across the city.
Rather than looking at duplicating services, duplicating projects and programs, with that mission alignment, how can we work together, be more efficient?
Both SPS and Parks and Rec say that the need has gone up for this initiative as our community has grown to the point that they are running out of space at places like this, the Dwight Merkel Sports Complex.
We're at a point in Parks and Recreation where we just don't have the resources and the staff to be able to accommodate the demand that we're seeing.
But some community members have concerns that this will just be an added financial burden in an already troubling economic climate.
This city is constantly, just like the state, being taxed all the time.
Russell Neff wrote the against statement on the SPS bond in the voter guide, arguing this initiative won't solve the problems inside our schools.
Our city also has challenges with math and English scores in the state. And these are things I consider when I think investment in schools, but outcome.
Historically, Spokane Public School bonds have usually passed, but the last one in 2024 failed.
What we heard from the community is more value, more projects, more value for the dollar. We want our dollar to go further.
That's what SPS says shaped this new proposal. If passed, it would add just under $100 a year in property taxes for the average homeowner. In Spokane, Alexandra Cohen-Yarts, 4 News Now.
Beautiful evening. It does get dark early, so if you are heading out, keep that in mind. 7 o'clock, 78 degrees. We'll be in the 60s by 11. I'll have your 7-day forecast next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Shriners Children's Hospitals.
To me.
Avamere Southfield is so much more than just a home. We're enhancing lives every single day.
My home was heaven on earth, and now Avamere is heaven on earth.
Everybody's very friendly here and welcoming.
Come visit us and experience the Avamere difference.
It matters late at night.
It matters when you aren't sure and need someone who is.
Are minimalized with none.
It matters when times are tight and saving money can really make a difference.
Thanks so much, Eric. I really appreciate you.
Hi, Alex.
Where you get your medicine has never mattered more. That's why we have convenient locations right in your neighborhood with pharmacists ready to get to know you.
Where you get your medicine matters.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks. Like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on Silverado 1500 models. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
If you like your Broadway hot, you'll love the musical blockbuster the New York Times calls a supersized all-out song and dance spectacular. Some Like It Hot. Playing September 23rd through 28th at First Interstate Center for the Arts.
Leave everything to me.
All across America.
Good morning. Good morning.
Wherever we are, it feels like home.
Man, it's good to be home.
GMA, it's an invitation to come together and brighten your morning.
We'll take a look at this terrifying moment where a man in Lincoln County, Nebraska barely avoids being crushed by an out-of-control car. According to investigators, the car only grazed that man's leg. The driver suffered only minor injuries. Look at that. Police plan to bring multiple charges against the driver, including reckless driving. Could have been much, much worse for both of them. Wow.
Millimeters.
Yeah, no kidding.
Looked like he was just cleaning his windshield, like all of us.
And he's going up to, looked like he's going up the car to see if the person, I don't know if he's going to punch him or ask if he was okay. It looked like a nice man. So, wow. Okay, then, drive carefully out there, especially this time of year, because as it gets dark so earlier, but it's 83 degrees. The neighbor kids are still out there playing, and that sun angle in your eyes can be very dangerous. Keep an eye out. 83 in Spokane right now, still sunny. 83 in Coeur d'Alene with sunny skies. Sunset, though, is coming right up. 83 in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. We're in the 80s just about everywhere still. Here we are, close to sunset. 87 in Lewiston, 81 in Bonners Ferry and Sandpoint. We're 5 degrees warmer than this time yesterday in both Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, 7 degrees warmer in Lewiston, and 9 degrees warmer in Bonners Ferry. 4 things to know about your weather. We're going to keep the 80s rolling right on through Saturday. Sunny, dry, very summer-like, especially with that haze on occasion on the horizon. Things begin to change on Saturday. Our winds are going to pick up a little bit. Temperatures will cool a tad, and then winds really start getting going on Sunday. And here is why. Here's our weather pattern starting off right now. We have a ridge of high pressure over the area. That is going to begin to break down as we get into the end of the work week, but we really start to see some changes on Sunday. Here's Saturday at 8 o'clock, still under the influence of a ridge of high pressure, but here comes our next weather maker. It doesn't look like much of this precipitation is going to survive the trek over the Cascades, but we do have the possibility of some mountain showers on Sunday. Here's Sunday at 7 a.m. This front is going to pick up our winds. We'll get more of a west-northwesterly flow over the region, and it is going to cool things down a bit, and a lot of that will depend on if we do get any precipitation. Right now, counting on it being dry down in the valleys, so we will drop 10 degrees from tomorrow to Sunday, 74 on Monday. But if we do get some showers, that temperature will be quite a bit lower. And then we start to warm up again. This white line is our average high. Meanwhile, tomorrow's high temperatures will be in the mid-80s around the region and a few 90s once again right around the Spokane area, 86 in Meade and 9 Mile and downtown, 86 in Spokane Valley and 84 in Cheney and Spangle. Here's a look at your planning forecast. Bright blue skies the next couple of days. Winds start to pick up Saturday. Sunday may be quite breezy, and again, mainly mountain showers right now. Fall officially starts. The autumnal equinox is on Monday, but then we warm back up into the 80s for our first full day of fall on Tuesday. We do have some cool nights ahead, though, down in the 40s. In the next half hour, I have some fantastic Wildlife Wednesday photos for you. Derek?
All right, looking forward to that. Well, the Federal Reserve announced it's cutting interest rates for the first time since December.
Many people anticipating this decision as it affects many Americans when it comes to mortgages, credit cards, and car loans. CNN's Karen Caifa breaks down what this could mean for your wallet.
The Federal Reserve making its first rate cut since last December and making the move to prop up a U.S. labor market that is now on shaky ground. Consumers won't feel relief on loans right away, but it's a small step as the credit landscape starts to draw some concerns.
The Federal Reserve on Wednesday cutting interest rates for the first time in 2025.
In light of the shift in the balance of risks, today the Federal Open Market Committee decided to lower our policy interest rate by 0.25 percentage point.
The move comes as the Fed continues to assess the impact of President Donald Trump's tariffs on inflation, which has begun to tick up, and as the labor market shows multiple warning signs.
We've seen hiring slow. Teen unemployment is skyrocketing. Black unemployment skyrocketing. The Fed is concerned about the job market much more than they are concerned about the inflation side of their mandate.
And as credit scores fall at the fastest pace since the Great Recession, the national average FICO score dropped by 2 points this year, according to data released by the analytics company Tuesday, the most since 2009.
Inflation is sticking around. Interest rates are still really high, even with these cuts from the Fed. So it's just a really tough time for an awful lot of people.
Matt Schultz, chief consumer finance analyst for personal finance website LendingTree, says consumers can take their own steps to help reduce their debt burden rather than wait for the Fed.
There are things that you can do with interest rates that will have a bigger impact than anything that the Fed will do.
Schultz says that includes shopping around for a mortgage or auto loan, or making a balance transfer to a 0% interest credit card, or getting a debt consolidation loan to lower interest payments each month.
Remember that the Federal Reserve will likely continue to make these cuts slowly, and rates will incrementally come down from what was a 2-decade high. So any major relief on borrowing costs for consumers is still going to take some time. In Washington, I'm Karen Caifa.
The holidays may feel far away still, but experts say now is the time to book your fall and winter getaways.
Coming up, the simple strategies that could save you hundreds on airfare, hotels, and rental cars.
And students return to Utah Valley University for the first time since conservative activist Charlie Kirk was killed. What investigators are learning about the timeline? Next on 4 News Now at 6.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
4 News Now is brought to you by Some Like It Hot. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
When this happened to me, I called All-Star Auto Glass. All-Star's money stays in the Northwest. SafeLight sends money to shareholders in Europe. All-Star supports the local economy. If this happens to you, call All-Star Auto Glass.
It's the 11-year anniversary at Move Fitness.
Let's go.
Join now for only $11.
This river wasn't dammed in a day, and GMC trucks weren't built overnight. Like every American achievement, they are a result of dedication. Over 100 years dedicated to the art of engineering and the ambition to always move this country forward. Get 0% APR plus no monthly payments until next year on select Sierra 1500 models. See your local GMC dealer.
Discover fall. Coeur d'Alene Getaways starting at just $249.
Happy anniversary from McVeigh Brothers. This month, if you'd like to upgrade your home with some new Coeur d'Alene windows or maybe a new roof, we're offering an anniversary special. Or no money down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 6 months. From McVeigh Brothers.
Need a clinic that sees you quickly, even same day? Check. Want expert providers who actually listen? Check. Looking for one place that covers medical, dental, and mental health? Check. Need advice after hours? Our 24/7 nurse hotline is here when you need it. Check. We take most insurance, including Medicaid. No insurance? We offer care that fits your budget. Check. For 40 years, Heritage Health has been here to improve life for everyone.
When this happened to me, I called All-Star Auto Glass. All-Star's money stays in the Northwest. SafeLight sends money to shareholders in Europe. All-Star supports the local economy. If this happens to you, call All-Star Auto Glass.
Students at Utah Valley University returned to class today for the first time since conservative activist Charlie Kirk was killed on campus last week.
With the suspected shooter in custody, some students said they were still dreading returning to campus. ABC's Rena Roy has more.
For the first time since the killing of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, students at Utah Valley University returning to class.
It's sort of a feeling that someone had passed away here. It's a very sad and very somber feeling.
It comes just a day after suspected shooter Tyler Robinson made his first court appearance.
State of Utah versus Tyler James Robinson. Could you state your name?
Tyler James Robinson.
The 22-year-old now charged with 7 counts, including aggravated murder. The Utah County District Attorney, who's seeking the death penalty, laying out the alleged evidence against Robinson, including DNA pulled from the rifle that was left at the scene and text messages between Robinson and his roommate.
The roommate received a text message from Robinson which said, "Drop what you're doing. Look under my keyboard." The roommate looked under the keyboard and found a note that stated, quote, "I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it."
Robinson turning himself in after the FBI released these photos. Authorities say his parents recognized him, then convinced him to go to police. His father speaking with him by phone.
When asked why he did it, Robinson explained there is too much evil, and the guy, referring to Charlie Kirk, spreads too much hate.
Former President Barack Obama posting video of a discussion in Pennsylvania last night calling Kirk's murder horrific and a tragedy, adding Democratic Minnesota legislator Melissa Hortman's murder was also horrific.
The premise of our democratic system is that we have to be able to disagree and have sometimes really contentious debates without resort to violence.
Authorities say they're investigating more than 20 people with alleged ties to Robinson on the online messaging platform Discord. Officials trying to figure out if anyone knew about Robinson's plan ahead of time. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Well, holiday travel may feel far off, but experts say the best time to snag deals on flights is now.
The simple tricks that could save you hundreds on your next trip coming up.
Was fired for holding the line on scientific integrity, but that line does not disappear with me.
That's former CDC Director Susan Menares, who lasted less than a month on the job. Why she says her fight for vaccine recommendations is far from over.
And Washington now has the highest gas prices in the nation. What's driving up the prices at the pump and when drivers could see some relief? Next on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the
The Pacific Northwest Food and Wine Festival is coming to Spokane. Join us for a weekend of culinary delights, all built around food and wine. Tickets can be purchased via the Experiences tab on the Davenport Hotels Collections website. The festival is brought to you by these sponsors.
The 2025 Ford Bronco is everywhere, and for good reason. It's built for anything, loaded with capability, and will go anywhere you take it. Snow, mud, dirt, whatever the road throws at you. This goat gives you seven different terrain modes to handle it all. And the Bronco just won an award for Best in Class for initial quality. When buying your next SUV, think Wendell Ford. We would be honored to show you the new Bronco. Wendell Ford, drive for generations.
Winning a new GMC Canyon at Northern Quest is not without its drawbacks, like jealous neighbors, unsolicited questions about towing capacity, and sudden requests to help move a couch really quick. But something tells us you'll get over it. It's Northern Quest's $160,000 Grander Canyon giveaway. Play daily for your shot at a new GMC Canyon or $45,000 in cash. The Grander Canyon giveaway, only at Northern Quest.
Your fall wardrobe starts right here at River Park Square. Style the season your way. Discover it all at River Park Square.
Reclaim your garage this summer. Eagle Rock RV and Boat Storage has units to fit your personal property, boats, RVs, and more. Open 7 days a week, extra wide drive aisles, state-of-the-art security, and great customer service. Eagle Rock RV and Boat Storage is the perfect...
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
The Pacific Northwest Food and Wine Festival is coming to Spokane. Join us for a weekend of culinary delights, all built around food and wine. Tickets can be purchased via the Experiences tab on the Davenport Hotels Collections website. The festival is brought to you by these sponsors.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Well, Washington continues to have the highest average gas prices in the country.
We reported this on Monday, and it is the most read story on our website. Right now, the average price at the pump in Washington is $4.66. The average national price, $3.20. Madeline Mullins has been following this story for us this week and breaks down why we might see prices drop slightly, but not enough to fall within the national average.
Here, so we have already seen prices drop since Monday as gas stations have been able to purchase that cheaper winter fuel. But analysts also tell me that because of the state's taxes, we will still have higher than average gas prices in the state. While regional pipeline issues could be blamed for the most recent spike in gas prices, over the last year, the average price of gas in Washington has risen by 50 cents. The Washington State Policy Center says the gas tax and the Climate Commitment Act are behind it.
The CO2 tax from the Climate Commitment Act is no different than the sales tax and the gas tax or anything else, where the consumers pay it and then the companies send it to the state. It's the exact same thing.
Washington State's gas tax is now the third highest in the country, according to the Tax Foundation. After a 6-cent increase in July, it will charge you 55 cents a gallon to fill up. On top of that, the Policy Center says what oil companies are being charged through the Climate Commitment Act is being passed on to the consumers.
the vast majority, if not 100%, is passed on to the consumer.
Because oil companies would decide how much to charge for gas, it's hard to tell exactly what percentage of the Climate Commitment Act fee is being passed on to the consumer. The Washington Policy Center says if all of it was passed down, that would cost drivers 51 cents per gallon. Combined with the gas tax, that would be over $1 per gallon at the pump. And the Department of Ecology says it does not have an estimate as to how fees from the Climate Commitment Act are passed on to the consumer because gas stations do not publicly explain how they make up their prices. Live in Spokane, I'm Madeline Mullins for News Now.
And we do want to issue a correction to the story that we had during our 5 o'clock newscast on the gas tax. We reported that we did not hear back from the Department of Ecology to get its response to the Washington Policy Center's claims.
We later found out our crew missed a voicemail from the department, and we regret that error.
Well, we now know how many people died on Idaho roads during the 100 deadliest days on the road.
And those are the days between Memorial Day and Labor Day when more people are on the road for summer travel. According to the Idaho Transportation Department, 88 people were killed in crashes, 4 of which were in Kootenai County. ITD says some of the contributing factors for those deaths were speeding, alcohol impairment, and not wearing a seatbelt. The department saying every death is a tragedy. We can save lives by always wearing a seatbelt, driving engaged, driving sober, and slowing down so everyone can make it home safely.
A 16-year-old girl is in the hospital tonight after her scooter collided with a tow truck in Athol. This happened near the Highway 95 and Highway 54, that intersection there. Troopers say the teen was riding her scooter when she hit a tow truck. She was taken to the hospital by ambulance. So far, though, police have not released details on her condition. Anyone with information about the crash is asked to contact the Idaho State Police.
All right, we're going to send things over to Chris Crocker for another check of the weather.
Yeah, Chris, it's been warm.
Yes, it has. And interesting, I was on a dog walk with my husband today, and he said, surely this has been the warmest start to September that we've ever had. And I thought, well, I thought maybe those days, Sunday and Monday, when we got down into the 60s, threw us off pace, although we have those 2 warmest days ever in September at the beginning of the month. So I did take a look, and it is the 2nd warmest start to September, behind 1990. September of 1998. Interesting, I moved here in 1998 and it was like the coolest June and it was very wet, and then we had that nice September. I do not remember that September. Thursday planner, we are going to have bright blue skies and we're going to keep that above average temperature trend going. We're heading up to a high of 84 degrees, light winds and lots of sunshine with a little bit of haze on the horizon. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast and some Wildlife Wednesday photos in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. A man is now in custody following an hours-long standoff in Spokane Valley. It happened near East 4th Avenue and South Park Road. Deputies arrested 23-year-old Isaac Tucker. The sheriff's office says he was wanted for escaping from the Department of Corrections in connection to an assault charge.
Right now, the Idaho Transportation Department is holding a meeting in Coeur d'Alene for input on how to make getting around Kootenai County easier. And if you couldn't make it tonight, don't worry. Another meeting is being held tomorrow at the Camelin Park Trailhead Event Center in Post Falls. That meeting kicks off at 4:30. Well, we're just a few days away from the Battle of Washington.
The 117th meeting between the Cougs and Huskies in the Apple Cup is this Saturday. The Huskies will be looking for some payback after the Cougs won 24-19 last year at Lumen Field. But that was a completely different team than what the Cougs have now. And to beat UW again, head coach Jimmy Rogers knows his offense will need to find ways to break down the Huskies' defense.
Yeah, they're physical. They play and they believe in their corners to match up man-to-man, and there's no surprise on what they're doing. You know, they believe in their skill set, and obviously they got great depth at that position. I feel like they think that that is one of their strengths, which it probably is, just up front.
While the Huskies are nearly 3-touchdown favorites, the Cougs will be looking to prove they're much better than the team we saw last week in North Texas. Kickoff on Saturday is at 4:30. Well, the former CDC director who was fired by Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. testified today before the Senate panel that oversees the HHS.
Susan Menares walked senators through the reasons why she believes she was let go after only weeks on the job. ABC's Alex Prescia breaks down her testimony.
Susan Menares had been the director of the Centers for Disease Control for only 29 days when she was abruptly fired. Today, she gave a Senate committee her side of the story.
I was fired for holding the line on scientific integrity, but that line does not disappear with me.
Menares says Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. demanded she pre-approve changes to recommendations for childhood vaccine schedules without scientific evidence.
He directed me to commit in advance to approving every ACIP recommendation, regardless of the scientific evidence. I responded that I could not pre-approve recommendations without reviewing the evidence.
To be clear, he said there was not science or data, but that you still expected you to change the schedule.
Correct.
Earlier this month, Kennedy testified before that same committee, and when asked why he fired her,
I told her that she had to resign because I asked her, are you a trustworthy person? And she said no. So if you had an employee...
So you're saying she's lying?
Yes.
Menares asked about that today.
Did you tell the secretary you were untrustworthy?
He told me he could not trust me because I had shared information related to our conversation beyond his staff. I told him, if you cannot trust me, then you can fire me.
Health Committee Chair Senator Bill Cassidy is also a medical doctor and one of the key Republicans who voted to confirm Kennedy as health secretary. He is now openly expressing concern about RFK's handling of vaccines and the CDC.
Did we fail? Was there something we should have done differently?
Several senators pressed Menares on whether she believes children receive too many shots. Menares said that she's open to discussing the science behind vaccine recommendations, but would not make a blanket promise to agree to future changes. Now, tomorrow, RFK Jr.'s hand-picked panel is set to vote on vaccine recommendations, and Menares says she's nervous about what they'll decide. Alex Prescia, ABC News, Washington.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Andy's Heating, Cooling, Electrical.
These were my great-grandpappy's glasses, and now they're yours, son.
Why can't I just get my own?
2 pairs of glasses and a free eye exam for $79, all same day.
Yeah, I want my own.
Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
It's Saturday morning. The sun is out, and you're back at it. Well, you're trying to be anyway.
Oh, 3rd time's the charm.
You're hustling, mowing, and trimming lawns for $25 a yard. Respect. But why not make your money work as hard as you do? Get 3.5% APY with an Ascend checking account and let your hustle earn dividends. Visit p1fcu.org/earn to learn more.
Why is a touchless wash best? Touchless doesn't smack and beat your vehicle with rags and raw brushes with the risk of scratches. Instead, we have multiple nozzles that deliver powerful 800 PSI water jets, covering everything from the sides, the roof, and even the undercarriage. Our mixtures remove dirt, grime, and those nasty, nasty street chemicals.
Car Wash Plaza, it's the best in the Northwest.
Touchdown on savings at George Key Kia Spokane. We're clearing out all new 2025 Kias at huge discounts to make room for the new 2026 Kias on the way. Shop over 350 new Kias and score big. Locally owned, family operated, always exceeding your expectations with unbeatable deals and exceptional customer service. Don't miss this chance to save. Visit George Key Kia Spokane off I-90 and Liberty Lake or shop anytime at SpokaneKia.com.
We're busy. I get it. So Stanton Optical works with your schedule. Buy online, pick up in store same day, and get a free fitting. I mean, look at my to-do list. Same day eye exam, same day glasses. 2 pairs plus eye exam for only $79.
Age is just a number. I don't feel old. I'm definitely a grandmother, but I'm not a granny. You know I'm better than the girl of your dreams. Hi, Mel.
Hello.
Will this contraption save your life if you fall?
Pretty cool. But does it always work in real life? We put it to the test. Watch the next Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Around the world now, President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania Trump are in Britain, where they've been welcomed by King Charles III for a historic second state visit.
A state banquet caps off a full day of events, with more meetings expected tomorrow. CNN's Julia Benbrook is at the White House with all the details of the trip.
It's no secret that President Donald Trump is a fan of pomp and circumstance, and the pageantry of this visit got underway Wednesday at Windsor Castle, where the royal family literally rolled out the red carpet. The schedule included a royal salute and carriage procession, a state banquet, and of course, the company of the King and Queen. As Trump left for this trip, he made it clear he was flattered by the invitation for this rare second state visit.
Well, my relationship is very good with the UK, and Charles, as you know, who's now king, is my friend, and it's the first time this has ever happened where somebody was honored twice, so it's a great honor. And this one's at Windsor. They've never used Windsor Castle for this before. They used Buckingham Palace, and I don't want to say one's better than the other, but they say Windsor Castle is the ultimate, right? So it's going to be nice.
The invite for this unprecedented trip came several months ago when British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, who is quite aware of the president's interest in royalty and ceremony, visited the White House to talk trade and various other topics.
I think the last state visit was a tremendous success. It was. His Majesty the King wants to make this even better than that. So this is truly historic.
There is likely a broader strategy here, as Thursday is expected to be more of a day of business, with Trump and Starmer scheduled to meet. A host of topics could come up, including Russia's war in Ukraine, the escalating war in Gaza, as well as trade. At the White House, I'm Julia Benbrook.
It's Wildlife Wednesday, and I have a preview for you from Mark Vogt. And this bighorn ram is taking out his frustrations on that puny little tree. Actually, he's just practicing for the rut. That comes up November 1st. I think he looks ready, but we'll see. I'll be back with more photos. Thank you, Mark, after the break.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
Ready for action? It's no holds barred as King of the Cage features up-and-coming MMA stars battling it out. King of the Cage, live Thursday, September 25th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or CDAcasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
It's the 11-year anniversary at Move Fitness.
Let's go.
Join now for only $11.
Let's go!
For over 90 years, McVeigh Brothers Roofing, Siding, and Windows has been making homes more energy efficient and beautiful. And right now, during our anniversary sale, we're offering financing where you can replace up to 10 windows and a patio door for just $199 a month. Or you can add a new roof with the window package for $399 a month. And if you want a trifecta of roof, windows, and new siding, how does $799 a month sound? At McVeigh Brothers, we're working for you.
Custom is more than choosing from a few fabric options. With our custom upholstery, you get control over almost every detail, so you can design a piece that's perfect for you. From the style of the arms and legs to the cushion type and pillow shape. Perfect style, perfect comfort, created for you. The Custom Comfort Event. Get 30% off store-wide at the Tin Roof.
Last year in September, the Findlay Auto Group purchased the downtown Honda store and became Findlay Honda Spokane. So this month we are celebrating our anniversary by giving everyone $1,000 off our suggested retail prices, plus giving you an extra $1,000 over Kelly Blue Book fair market value for your trade-in. So you can get great buys on all CRVs and Ridgeline all-wheel drive trucks during our anniversary sale this week at Findlay Honda Spokane.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the
4 News Now is brought to you by Gold Seal Plumbing.
Well, it's the end of an era with Jerry of Ben & Jerry's Ice Cream calling it quits. Jerry Greenfield co-founded the company 47 years ago, and he is leaving because of a disagreement with Unilever, who the pair sold their company to 25 years ago. Part of that deal was that they would keep the autonomy to pursue their values. Greenfield and Ben Cohen did continue speaking out in support of peace, justice, and human rights for 2 decades.
You know, Jerry has a really big heart. And this conflict with Unilever was really kind of tearing him apart. So he felt like he had no choice to resign.
Last week, the co-founders asked Unilever to spin off their former company so it could operate independently, and Unilever said no and denies it is silencing the co-founders.
So do we still call it Ben & Jerry's in the future, or is it just Ben's?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I'll be checking at the mall.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a division in the ice cream. What are we going to do? I bet we all can agree on wildlife, though, and I've got some amazing photos. Who could not love this little darling? Oh, it's a pika from Larry Crumpleman. They're wee, and they don't like the heat. They have to live up in the alpine areas. They like the rocks, especially in North Idaho. That's where you'll find them. But that furry coat, believe it or not, they get overheated. As tiny as they are related to rabbits. Love this photo from Courtney Litwin. Great egrets. They just passed through for breeding season, and Courtney got an alert on her phone. There's an alert that lets you know when certain birds are going to be hanging out in certain spots, that there was a sighting of these 3 great egrets passing through in North Idaho, where they typically don't like to hang. They are further to the west, typically. Pothole State Park, one of their favorite spots, but she captured these amazing photos. And finally, from Dora Z. Davis, a rufous hummingbird. A lot of the hummingbirds have already packed their bags and made their way south, but this one's hanging around enjoying Dora's beautiful garden. Thank you, Dora, for that. Thank you to all our photographers. 85 degrees, our high temperature today. 73 is our average high. And we started out the day 10 degrees above average. 6:57 is our sunset time tonight. 85 we're going to stay in the mid-80s. That's going to be the case for the next 3 days, 3 very similar days. We'll start to see the winds pick up a little bit. Then temperatures dip. Those temperatures on Sunday and Monday are a little bit of a work in progress, but we're definitely going to see the temperatures drop. How much may vary, and then we start to warm right back up. This white line is our average high, but our outlook from the Climate Prediction Center going out 8 to 14 days is leaning toward cooler than average conditions, or at least average conditions. And by the time we're in the end of September, early October, that average is down right around 70 degrees. So anything below would be 60s. As you can see, the warm weather well to the east. It is also trending toward above average precipitation. That is sort of a we'll believe it when we see it type of deal, considering how dry it has been. But there's a glimmer of hope even in the 7-day forecast, a 20% chance of showers showing up Wednesday of next week. Otherwise, we are dry. The one possible exception is on Sunday, a dry cold front coming through that will bring a chance of showers to the mountains. There is the possibility that could work its way down into the valleys. We'll keep you updated on that. Fall officially starts on Monday, Kirsten.
Okay, and like you're saying, Chris, as summer comes to an end, it's time to start looking ahead at holiday travel.
Despite the impact of inflation on the economy, there are still plenty of deals for travelers. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has the details.
With summer trips in the rearview mirror, the holiday travel season will be here before we know it. Experts say now is the time to start planning your fall and winter getaways. Most importantly, booking your flights.
For domestic flights, 1 to 3 months out is sort of that sweet spot to find the best deals. For international flights, it's a little different. The sweet spot to find the best deal on international flights is 2 to 8 months out.
The good news for travelers, airfare, hotel rooms, and rental cars are cheaper this year than they were last year.
We are seeing fewer international travelers come into the U.S. So if you're a domestic traveler and you're staying within the U.S., you aren't competing with those international travelers for space to book.
To save money, try mixing and matching different airlines.
Especially when you're traveling domestically, it is very rare that a round trip will be cheaper than just doing 2 one-ways. So what NerdWallet recommends is for that domestic travel, book a flight one way, get the best deal, get the best time for you, and then going back home, you do another fresh search, another one-way flight, and you'll typically find you have more options that way because you're not hooked into that same airline.
Take advantage of the 24-hour rule so you don't miss out on a great deal.
There is a rule in the U.S. when you see an airfare, even if it's an airfare that is non-refundable, you can't cancel it, you can actually cancel it within 24 hours of booking. If you see an excellent airfare, just book it, and then you have 24 hours to assess with your family, assess the rest of your budget if you're actually going to do that trip.
And make the most of your credit card reward points.
What NerdWallet is seeing, especially this year, is all sorts of devaluations happening. Points and miles do not get more valuable. By and large, as the years go by, they get less valuable. So if you are sitting on a stash of points and miles, that's a really, really good time to actually use them is the end of the year.
Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
And before we go to break, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup for tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
For more than 20 years, Blackhawk has electrified country fans. Experience them live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, October 16th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
At Parker Subaru, adventure doesn't wait. With a large inventory of Crosstreks, Outbacks, Foresters, and Ascents, your Subaru is ready right now.
New or used, Subaru has delivered decades of legendary longevity, rock-solid reliability, and award-winning safety.
With the Subaru Wilderness Package, our compact SUVs deliver unstoppable performance to every trail for every season.
Celebrate the Subaru A Lot to Love event now through September 2nd at Parker Subaru in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
The Scale House market is unique because Spokane didn't have some kind of a permanent structure for a farmer's market.
I want to see as many community members as we possibly can out here enjoying all of the different vendors and farmers and food producers.
Our members are other community members, the families that will be eating here. All of it is vital to how we make partnerships.
I am most excited to bring our famous whole milk to the Scale House Market. What I hope that people attending the Scale House Market will gain is that agriculture is central to this region.
At Fred's, not only do we guarantee the best prices, we prove it. Our live price card keeps things transparent, showing you real-time prices. No gimmicks, just the best prices on in-stock, get-it-today inventory. And when it comes to beating the big box stores, our prices aren't just competitive, they're unbeatable. Check out how we stack up. Whether it's this amazing new fridge or this energy-efficient dishwasher, Fred's prices are always the best. At Fred's, we sell appliances, only appliances.
Welcome to the Fall Savings Event, where you can choose your discount this week at Lockers, where the more you spend, the more rewards you get, making it the perfect time to get a new bedroom set or living room set you've been wanting for less. This week at Lockers.
If you're looking to add more elegance and security to your home, then check out the doors of possibilities from McVeigh Brothers. At McVeigh Brothers, they sell Therma-Tru doors with more than 300 different styles to choose from.
We're working for you. So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
4 News Now is brought to you by Pape Machinery.
All right, coming up tonight on Nightside, a shooting today in rural Pennsylvania has left 3 officers dead and 2 in critical condition. The latest details coming up tonight at 11 o'clock.
Blue skies and sunshine and temperatures 10 degrees or more above average for the next 3 days. Tonight at 11, I'll have more wildlife photos. Got some good ones.
Okay.
I liked, did you say it was Courtney Litwin who had the alerts? Who has
Yes,
the alerts?
I think they all do. Well, I mean,
that's impressive.
Serious birder. They know where to go to get the birds.
Nice. Very nice.
You can set up weather alerts too, and news alerts.
Maybe I should set up wildlife alerts on the weather app.
There you go. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you tonight at 11.